Hi, so my name is Catherine, and I'm filming this video because I really couldn't find a lot of information online about the ECU surgery. I mean, there's some people who've made videos, but I don't know, not enough. You can also obviously find a lot of videos of the actual surgery, but actually watching those made me want to throw up. So I'm making this and not watching those. So I'm getting the ECU surgery in 2 days. The reason I'm filming this part of the video today rather than tomorrow, because I know if I film it tomorrow, I'll just be crying the entire time because I am nervous. Which I think is fair, because the only surgery I've ever gotten is my wisdom teeth. So just like kind of a little backstory on my surgery real quickly. I don't really want to bore you with it, but pretty much what happened. I'm 21 now, almost 22, and so when I was 10 or 11, I broke my wrist in gym class. It's a dumb story. I was running around gym class and I ran into a kid and my wrist went straight into his stomach, and my wrist just kind of went straight into it, kind of like an accordion, and it broke. So that break wasn't that bad, honestly. I didn't have the cast on too long. I'm assuming my rupture occurred at the same time as my break happened. So, that wasn't obviously caught on the MRI. After my, break of my wrist, after getting my cast off, I noticed, like, my tendon could pop in and out of place, and at first, like, I mean, I was 11 years old, so at first I was like, oh, this is just, a cool party trick, because, that's what 11-year-olds think. And turns out, not super cool. When I was in 11th grade, or 10th grade, so when I was, like, 16 or 17, so 5-6 years later, again, the tendon had been popping in and out of place this entire time. Wasn't a big deal, wasn't hurting. And when I got to 10th or 11th grade, it became a big deal, and it started hurting a lot. And I went to a hand doctor, or wrist doctor, whatever, and they put me in a splint that was specifically molded to my wrist. And so I wore that for like 4 or 5 months, honestly. It was removable, so it wasn't horrible. But afterwards, when I got into 12th grade, going into my freshman year of college, I was feeling fine, honestly, and all through my freshman, sophomore years of college, it was fine. Of course it still popped, but it was fine. Sometimes it would hurt a little bit, and I'd have to put one of the typical black braces that go from here to here on. I just kept that around just in case. But actually it wasn't until I was in my middle of my junior year of college, so I was 20 at the time, and I was in Cuba, conveniently, on a 14-hour bus ride across the entire island. It just got bad, and now I have just graduated from college, and it seems like the right time to get the surgery. If you can't get it right away, I got this thing right here. It's called, I think, a wrist widget. You can get it on Amazon for $30, I think, which is kind of expensive, but it's probably less expensive than surgery. It does wonders for the ECU. Would 10 out of 10 recommend, and also it allows you to keep strength in your wrist, in your grip. Okay, that's really all. So yeah, I'll see you probably after my surgery, or maybe the morning of, who knows. Okay, bye. Hello. So I got the surgery today. You can't really see because I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I got the brace on, and it goes up to about right here on me. So I'll be able to kind of bend my elbow a little bit, but not a whole lot. So yeah, my surgery took about, I want to say 3 hours, which isn't normal. Typically they don't take that long. Mine took a little bit longer because my injury is a chronic injury, and because it was injured when I was 11 years old and I'm 21 now, it just was a little extra messed up. So yeah, typically they told me before going in to expect for it to be an hour to an hour 15 minutes. So I'm assuming like that's a normal amount of time to expect the surgery to be. So my doctor, I know some doctors will put you in a hard cast, like what cast that you get if you break your arm. My doctor didn't. It's like kind of a splint that I have going on right now. As of right now, I'm really not in a lot of pain. I feel pretty good. They gave me a sling, which is right here, that I'm wearing for now whenever I'm not sitting down and elevating my arm. They also gave me medication, pain medication, which I've taken. Yeah, my main thing right now is my hand is kind of numb. And like I feel like kind of like numbness going through my arm, which is why I'm not in pain. For the incision, what they told me they were gonna do, it was kind of like a zigzag, like a Z type of incision. This is really gross, but this way there's kind of like flaps that they could fold back. And because my injury was so old, they had to, I'm not really good at explaining this, but I mean, this is obviously my other arm. This is where my IV went in. I could probably take that off at this point. But what they had to do was, in obviously my right wrist, they had to go in and take some stuff out of like right here in my wrist and use that to reconstruct the sheath, because it had just completely disintegrated at this point, because it's been almost 11 years since I've broken my arm. So as for some of my questions that I had, I'm going to be in this cast, they told me, for 1 to 1.5 months, which I was kind of surprised about because they had told me 2 months originally. I also asked about exercising because, like I said, I like going to the gym a lot, and they told me, so like I said, my checkup is in 2 weeks, and they told me, I shouldn't really go for the next 2 weeks, which is completely fair. When I actually asked him about it, I feel like he thought I was like gonna go to the gym tomorrow, which was definitely not in the plan. But yeah, so he said not for the next 2 weeks at least, to at least come back and do a check-in. I'm in really good spirits. I feel good right now. I know I'm gonna feel not super great tomorrow, and I'll film that. Good morning. It is the day after surgery. It's about 6 a.m. I just woke up. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna be in a bit more pain today. Mainly because yesterday during my surgery they gave me like a numbing shot to my wrist. So that's why like my fingers were kind of numb yesterday. My hand was kind of numb all day. Now my hand is not numb. And because of that, I'm in a little bit more pain. Nothing completely intolerable. I'm gonna go downstairs and take some Motrin, put some ice on, and yeah. Okay, so really quick check-in. It's the next day. Well, actually, it's the next night. This morning and today was a bit worse than yesterday was and the day before, because at this point the numbing shot that they had given me when I got the surgery is completely worn off, and it's a lot more painful now. I'm still definitely on the medication because of that, but the medication is helping a lot, but it's really painful. It's not so much of like a sharp pain, it's just kind of like a pulsing pain that I'm getting. But I've been, taking medication that was prescribed to me, and using Motrin as well, been icing it. Yeah, hopefully. I've read online somewhere that the third day was the worst, so I'm hoping it's all uphill from here. So it is a little over, or 2 days over a week after surgery. So this is, still working with the kind of half full arm cast. Like the pain's gone at this point, but like the cast and like the point of incision against the cast still feels just kind of weird. And sometimes like just doing like random things. If someone bumps my arm or whatever, I'll feel pain. The weirdest thing for me is my fingers. I don't know if you can tell, but they are extremely swollen still. And I have like little like marks on my knuckles, which are kind of hard to see. Which were not there beforehand. And like when I flex my fingers, you can see how like just absolutely swollen my fingers are. So that's kind of weird that that's still like that. I'm going to the 28th, so I'm going back to the doctor on the 31st, so in a couple days. Hopefully gonna get some more info on how long I'll be in this thing, with whether or not I can go to the gym, because honestly I do feel up to being able to like use a bike. And yeah, that's really all that's going to go on. So I went in for my 2-week appointment, and now this is what we're working with. You can kind of see. So yeah, my what I was told was I will be in this for the next 4 weeks. Yippee. The swelling in my fingers has been pretty bad still, which wasn't really expected. And pretty much what they told me was just to keep moving my fingers like all the time. So I'm gonna start doing that more. Yeah, the worst part about today was actually the worst pain I felt thus far with this whole process, and that was because I met with my doctor first, and he just like took a look at it. I got to see what the scar looks like so far, what the incision looked like. I'm gonna include a picture like right somewhere in like a couple seconds. It's not that gross, I promise, but if you're really sensitive to things like that, you might want to look away. So yeah, that's what it looks like so far. Doctor said it looks good. I didn't have any stitches in mine. He closed it cosmetically. But anyways, like I said, I felt the worst pain today because they took the first splint off to look at it, and then I had to walk to the room to get my cast done. I had to walk up ramps and everything, and it was excruciating. By the time I got there, I was in full-blown tears. It was great. And getting the actual cast on too was pretty painful as well, but as soon as the cast was put on, everything was a lot better. I feel a lot better now. I'm gonna take some Motrin. But yeah, still can't go to the gym for a couple weeks, so that kind of sucks, but yep. Okay, this is just a really quick update. It is literally the day after I got this cast on, and the swelling in my fingers has calmed down so much. Like, it's obviously still a little bit, but you can see like it's going down. Swelling was definitely caused by the tightness of that cast that I had before. When I had that cast before, towards the end, it got so painful because it was so tight on my arm that at night I would have to like shove like a fuzzy sock or whatever into the cast in order for it to not hurt excruciatingly. So yeah, swelling has gone down a lot. This cast is much more comfy. So I think that this is going to be the end of this video. I'm probably going to make a part 2 on getting the cast off and the rehab process of the whole thing. So stay tuned for that.